Like how?
Are you ready?
Wait, I'm trying to... Hold on.
Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the amazing Sor Hands Q&A podcast. Whoa! Yeah, wow. Well, I didn't tell you to speak yet. Well,
I
have a
guest. I was trying to join in the excitement.
Yeah, that's for me to have. And I'm here with a guest, my very lovely and kind girlfriend,
Aww.
Heather.
That's me.
How's it going?
Hello.
I'm not going to say her last name like the other guy I had on. Because unlike her, or unlike him, I care about her privacy.
Well, to be fair, when I comment on anything, it has my full name, so it can easily be figured out.
I actually blocked your account.
No, you didn't.
I did. So none of this went through.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. I meant to tell you before doing this.
Damn.
But yeah, we're on the road right now. We're going to my parents' house. I'm actually going to introduce her to my mother for the first time.
Exciting.
Yeah. Sound excited?
I am excited.
Are you nervous?
A little bit. I mean, I hope she likes me.
Yeah.
But your dad seems to like me, so
Yeah.
hopefully it'll go well.
She's a very judgmental woman.
Oh, is she?
No. I don't know. Like a normal amount. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
You'll be fine. Yeah, so we're just in the car, and I maybe just wanted to take this time to just address some of the comments that I've gotten. This has been a pretty big week for me on YouTube. As you guys might have seen, I had a lesson with Brandon Aker. He told me how to say his name. He said like a plot of land. So I've been working that in. Yeah, and that was really good. That's given me a lot to think about. There's like over 100 comments on that video so far. So maybe that could be a good one to go into. I'm driving, so I'm going to have Heather read them off. I want to pick one that maybe you can sort of relate with and maybe like answer some comments on. So I don't know, like, does that sound like one that you could riff on?
Hopefully, yeah. I'll give it a go.
Good attitude.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm confident, I guess.
Well, here, let's actually get used to just how the YouTube app works. God, I have imagine if I just crashed and we died.
Please.
And this
don't.
is just the ending of it. That'd be a crazy podcast episode.
Yeah, having your death recorded.
Yeah.
Pretty
All
wild.
right. So I'm giving her the YouTube app right now, and if you click on content,
Okay.
yeah, you'll find my content.
Mm.
Click on all videos so you can see a list of them. It's at the top.
Oh, view all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see, those are all the videos I posted. Maybe just like read some titles off and we'll maybe decide on one. Look for one with like a lot of comments on it. Which will be all of them.
Didn't you want to start with the Brandon one, or no?
I mean, if we click that one, that's going to be like, we could probably go for hours on that one.
So you want to start with something else?
Yeah, read some off. We'll see if you like one.
Okay.
Just read some off.
Like just the titles? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Well,
read the titles.
The most recent was the. Yeah, I could
Speak
curse on this, or
The what?
I could curse on this.
Yeah, you can curse.
Okay, I was just making sure. So the most recent was the "Am I the asshole for being a guitar loser deadbeat?" Wait, what? I could.
I don't like hearing you speak like that.
I do typically. That's not unusual.
Oh, cool kid. All right.
Well, I mean, like in a normal amount, not excessively.
Yeah.
When necessary.
You'd think she's a sailor. Have you heard her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that one. How many comments are on that?
17.
17. Now read some more. What else we got?
I got the guitar lesson with Brandon Aker.
Yeah.
The after, the post. And then the Brandon Aker one.
Yeah.
Rips my playing apart.
Okay.
And cold hands and performance anxiety.
Nah, I don't want to do that one. Let's maybe go through the Brandon Aker video.
Okay.
We'll look at some comments on there.
Alright.
So, just maybe read through. She hasn't had any time to prepare.
I have not.
So just pick some good comments and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
They don't have to contain questions. I'll pretend like they're asking questions.
Okay. Alright, let's
pick some that speak to you. Maybe while you do that, I'll talk to the audience for a little bit.
Okay.
Some stuff, reflections on that lesson. I talked about this in the episode that I filmed after. God, I'm just like making shit up now. It really goes to show you how much you can get out of a lesson with a really good teacher and a really prepared student. Because I was very prepared for that. I've been preparing for that lesson, though unknowingly, but like technically for like years. And man, like I just feel like he really blew that thing wide open. Have you found any comments yet?
Jeez. I feel like it's not
dying
showing.
out here.
Why is it not showing that many?
Oh, click on does it say do you see where it says like I have
yeah.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Okay, gotcha.
So I think I hearted a lot of them.
Okay.
You found any?
Hold on.
Okay. Let me think. I just need to get into like regular podcast mode. I'm sorry, guys. Let me talk about. God, I got nothing. All I can think about are those questions.
Here's a comment.
Okay, ready? Thank God. What do you got?
Both could benefit from re-listen to the late Julian Bream playing this piece.
Oh, yeah. I think, Brandon commented on that one, too. He's like, no.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he's like, actually, Julian Bream didn't really give it justice. Which is funny.
The Stauffer style guitar has a strange boxy sound. What's that?
I think that's the guitar Julian Bream was playing. So Brandon, he made like a point. He actually showed up to the lesson with a romantic guitar, which is like the older, like sort of predecessor to the modern classical guitar, which is what I'm playing. Because that's the guitar that Sor played. Like if you look at the image of Sor Hands, my logo, he's playing that kind of guitar.
Yeah.
So I think Brandon's just making a comment that he wouldn't want to listen to a recording of that piece, like not on the appropriate instrument of the period, Yeah,
he did say it doesn't have much to do with the style and approach of Sor. So, yeah.
Yeah, so he's so Brandon's just saying like, no, I actually know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, actually you're wrong.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm sure I could benefit from listening to it. That's the thing. So if you don't know about Julian Bream, there's like an old saying that I've seen in the comments section. Because do you know like who Julian Bream is?
Yeah, I mean like from you.
Yeah.
Outside of that, but yeah.
And it's kind of the it's Julian Bream and then John Williams is the other guy. And I think in the channel and like maybe also like back in the day they were seen as sort of like they're like Edward and Jacob.
Twilight?
Yes, Twilight.
Okay.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Don't pretend like you don't know what Twilight is. You're like, what?
I didn't see Twilight until you showed me to.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that was my first time watching Twilight.
Wow. I thought we were just seeing an awesome movie that we both saw. All right.
No, you introduced me.
I was just like, I just really love Twilight.
Apparently.
I do love Twilight.
It was great.
Yeah. The first movie's awesome. But they were kind of like Edward and Jacob, where Julian Bream's kind of the like macho. He was like a soldier, but also kind of like a rich, dainty man soldier, but just like like a free, whimsical spirit, tough guy, and he plays however he wants. And like a lot of his interpretations are very self-indulgent, and that like there's a old like I've seen this posted on my channel many times, like you listen to Julian Bream play a piece to hear Julian Bream play, and then like you listen to John Williams play a piece to hear what the piece actually sounds like.
So
Julian
puts more of his own spin on it.
Yeah, and then John Williams, he's more of like a nerd. Like it's kind of like the jock nerd, dynamic between them. John Williams is like the nerd, but he like is technically better, and you know, he's just cleaner. He's so clean almost to a fault, at least like in some people's opinion. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think being clean is like
because it's like too like robotic.
Well, people say that, but I don't agree with that. Like they just get upset because he plays really, really clean. And they're like, it doesn't sound like
haters.
Yeah, they're just like anybody saying that is probably most definitely worse at guitar than he is.
Yeah.
He just has like supreme technique.
Okay.
And he just worked really hard on that, and it shows in his playing. Yeah, so him suggesting that Brandon and I listen to Julian Bream play, it's like, that's not really the point of the lesson that we were having. Because Brandon, like, what is pretty obvious from watching that is that he's like an expert in Sor and like early classical music interpretation. And he even said like his professor, who I'm blanking on his name right now, he sent me a video that his professor has put out. I'm going to react to that at some point. He said that he is also like knew Sor really well. So, you know, listening to Julian Bream's interpretation I don't think was the point of what we were doing there.
Yeah.
I was more interested in learning like how like Sor would have played it, rather than a guy from like a couple hundred years or like 150 years in the future wanted to play it. Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Any others?
Oh.
Anything else?
Let's see.
Any questions you want to answer? They don't even have to be questions. That wasn't even a question.
That was not.
But you can just make it a question. Yeah. We used to do a lot of like Julian Bream, John Williams stuff. I don't know if you've probably, because you watch every episode now, don't you?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Right when they come out, usually, if I can.
Yeah.
I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah. If you ever look at like the old episodes, there's a lot of Julian Bream, John Williams. And in fact, Julian Bream was the first guy I ever like made a video about that made my channel pop off.
Yeah.
Because when I like the first like 30 videos that I made, they got like just no views basically. Mm-hmm. Like between like 30 and then like maybe 60 views. There was just like nothing. Mm-hmm. And then I posted a Julian Breams Destroys Aspiring Guitarist. It was like practice log like 35 or something like that. And that video, like it actually did pretty poorly. And then like the next day it started just going up to like 100, 200, 300. And it was like my highest viewed video. Wow. And it went like to 1,000 and like hit like a couple thousand. And that's when I started getting subscribers. And then ever since then, I've been getting like a steady trickle of subscribers every day that just like ebbs and flows, but it never stops. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. So that was the day the machine sort of started. Because before then I was just like, I must imagine my channel was like a lawnmower and I was just like pulling the string to like make it turn on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it finally turned on with that video and it's just been chugging along ever since.
Just mowing that grass now.
Now we're just mowing the grass, baby. Making that money. Mowing that green.
Oh, yeah.
This channel's made me hundreds of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, ads. It might be crossing 1,000 in a few months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I made $200 last month in ads.
Damn.
Yeah. No, it's we're entering into like big business over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a real deal.
Yeah. I'm a hotshot. Your boyfriend's a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
I feel so honored.
Freaking Sor Hands.
Yeah. To even be on this podcast.
Yeah.
With such a star.
Yep. Yeah. It's this is how we talk normally.
Yeah.
She just is like a super fan.
I'm just in awe all the time.
Yeah.
Over your existence.
Wow. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you find anything else?
Let's see.
You can just read them.
Okay.
Yeah, just read them.
All right. This guy said.
What's his name? What's this fucking guy's name?
Joshua Black.
Joshua Black. What do you got?
Said this episode is amazing.
Hell yeah.
The description.
Fuck yeah, Joshua. Fuck yeah.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does. Brandon, not me. Yeah, he does. No, that's like my favorite comment. I've gotten a few comments on that video that's like, this is the best episode of Sor Hands
I see a lot of those, yeah.
And it's like, what, the one where I don't say anything?
You're like, yeah, the lesser part of the video.
Yeah. I don't say shit in that video. It's all Brandon. It's just a guest lecture. It's like, this is the best Sor Hands. Just a Brandon Aker video. Yeah.
That was funny.
That's great. What else?
I remember seeing this one. I don't want to be mean, but the wrong. Was I supposed to?
Yeah.
I didn't finish that one.
Oh no, go to this one. This is a good comment.
Yeah, I don't want to be mean, but the wrong note stuff was embarrassing.
Yeah, God, this guy. Can you say it? What's his name?
Saul Race.
Saul Race.
That's my best way of pronouncing it.
He posts like I think he has like 40 comments that he's posted on my channel. Like you can see if you click on his name. I think.
47, yeah.
47 comments, but he posts a lot of comments like that are just like negative. And it's like, which is unusual because usually when you're like commenting and like engaging with somebody, it's like
you're like enjoying the content,
or you're enjoying it, or you have like some sort of empathy towards the person.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't just say like weird shit like that.
Yeah.
But he says weird shit like that all the time.
That is a weird thing to say.
And he always gets a response out of me though because of that. Like I responded to that.
Maybe that's why. He just wants a reaction.
Maybe, but I mean, it makes me think though, because like he said, like that was embarrassing, and it's like, was it? Like I didn't feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeking out like an expert's advice on this piece that I'm like auditioning with.
Yeah, it would only be embarrassing if you were like trying to like argue. I'm like, no, I'm right. Like that would be embarrassing.
Yeah, no, like what am I like embarrassed because Brandon like knows more about this than me?
Yeah, obviously
no.
That's why you wanted like the lesson with him.
Yeah,
like
it's
clearly.
like thank God I found
that
like
was the point.
Yeah, no. So I replied to that comment with like no, like and honestly, I've let go of embarrassment like pretty much entirely. Like you can't have a YouTube channel like I have and also be embarrassed about shit.
True.
Like that just does not compute because there's so much stuff that I can be embarrassed about. Like I've done so much wrong stuff where I've just said stupid ass shit.
That would be my fear of having because I get embarrassed over myself very easily. So I don't know how I would handle that.
You just get over it after a while. I don't know. Like I think I don't know. Maybe it was like me after turning like 25. My frontal lobe like hardened. Or something.
Hardened?
Is that what it does when you turn 25?
It fully is developed.
It hardened.
I don't know if it hardens. I don't think that would be a good thing.
I drank enough fluoride water and that thing just freaking hardened up.
It's like a rock in there.
Yeah, I don't get embarrassed for shit anymore. You know, that's like a thing, like the fluoride, like it hardens your frontal lobe and it makes you less like rebellious or something. Isn't that like that's a conspiracy.
I've heard the conspiracy that it's like making people dumber. I haven't heard that though.
I think I've heard like of course that, but I've heard specifically that it makes you like bend to authority more.
Wow.
And this might be a dark.
Makes you a sheep.
Yeah, it makes you a sheep, and this might be a dark place to go. But then it's also like you know, like in the like concentration camps. Yeah. I don't need to bring this up.
Yeah.
You're Ashkenazi Jew.
I am.
That's something. I don't know why I brought that up. But anyways,
that could have been me.
Well,
Sorry.
okay, let's not.
Sorry.
Let's not. Calm down. But it's like a thing where they gave like the prisoners like a bunch of fluoride water and it made them like not want to like leave. Like when they were liberated, they would just like stand there.
Is that...
That's just something that I've heard. Like, and it's a conspiracy. But also, like, I've been in situations where, like, I have, like, an authority something, and I feel myself, like, not really resisting it. And I'm like, maybe it's the fluoride. but I'm like, I'm not upset about it, though. It's just like, I don't really... I just don't care. It's like, whatever, I'll just do nothing.
Get guess I'm just gonna follow. I mean, the fluoride.
Yeah, I mean, man, that shit's hardened up. Shit's so hard.
No free will anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe my frontal lobe just hardened and I don't get embarrassed about anything anymore. So maybe I've lost that. But I definitely recommend that if you can lose embarrassment, or like just start training yourself to not get embarrassed over stuff like that, you should. Because imagine if I was embarrassed, I wouldn't release this video. And this video, honestly, in my extremely humble opinion, is the most useful resource on this piece at like an advanced level on the internet. One of, like, you can take like the Roland Dines masterclass. You can take like any masterclass in this piece I've seen. The masterclass that Brandon gave me was the best one. And it was for a few reasons. Like, and I'm speaking like at the advanced level especially, because I play it like I play guitar at an advanced level, I hope, at this point.
Yeah.
And we could actually get into like really nuanced stuff.
True.
And in fact, like, I mean, I'd like to have him on again to like, after I fix all this stuff, and just to see how much more nuanced it'll get once all of this is fixed. Because I know he was holding back. I know he definitely has more stuff to say. It's like, what, am I going to get embarrassed about that? Like, no, it's exciting. Yeah. You know? And like, I get like the wrong notes thing being embarrassing, because it shows like a lack of like attention, I guess. But you have to keep in mind too, like, I learned this piece from like a different score at first. Yeah. And I think there were some wrong notes, or just like changes that I kind of just left in. And I wasn't doing the triplets detached from like the 16th note, dotted rhythms.
Yeah, I saw a comment about that too.
Yeah. So, you know, like, that's like a whole other thing to get into. Like, Brandon said in there, and then also told me, like, it's probably detached. Which I trust that. So I'm going to start playing them that way. And that's what I've been practicing. But yeah. Anyways, no, it's not embarrassing. It's fine. And I could have a whole episode on just his comments, because they're so like passive aggressive and annoying.
Do you want me to read some of the other ones he's left?
The other ones are they? I think he like puts them in like every once in a while. Like a lot of times they're just like normal, and then he'll just say something like that.
Yeah, the last few don't seem too mean-spirited or anything.
Yeah. Which, like, I don't even know if it's mean-spirited. It is, he's just being honest, I guess, to him. But I just want to let him know that, no, I'm not embarrassed, and you should not be embarrassed for, like, seeking, like, help on something like this.
Yeah, like, how else are you going to improve? Like,
yeah, and I get notes wrong all the time. Like, like, in the Morel Sonatina, I've gotten notes wrong that I would have never gotten had I not, like, had a YouTube channel. Because, like, people just tell me after I've been playing it for, like, 6 months, they're like, oh, I think that was supposed to be this note, and they're just, like, totally right. You know? Like, it's rare, like, especially on pieces that I learn now, because I have, like, a much greater, like, attention now than I did, like, 2 years ago. Like, I just care more.
Yeah.
Like, I find I just go through things so much more thoroughly now, because I've seen the repercussions of not going through things thoroughly. Like, you end up with stuff like that. Which, like, it would be embarrassing maybe if something like that happened now with a piece I'm learning for, like, this year, and I got, like, a bunch of notes wrong. That would be bad. But I don't feel bad about it now.
And you shouldn't.
Good. Thank you.
Of course.
Anything else? What else we got?
Let's see.
You can just read the next one.
Okay.
Watch me make something.
Cameron, I know YouTube loves those overly dramatic video titles, but your
sure
playing
do.
was definitely not ripped, nor was it deserving of such. Smiley face.
You don't think I ripped the, my playing wasn't ripped?
I mean...
You don't think I ripped shredded? I don't know what I'm saying. Who said this?
This was Karen Pouts.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a cat in the picture.
Nice.
Aw, so cute.
Yeah. I think I'd have to see the thumbnail, but I'm pretty sure that's a friend of the channel, frequent commenter. How many comments has she left?
None. That was the only one.
Oh, never mind. There's a couple of Karens floating around, but I guess you're a new one. But thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, like, my initial instinct, believe it or not, was to name that video just like A Lesson with Brandon Acker, line, Sor Opus 6, or Opus 60, Sor Opus 9. But I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't have gotten as many clicks. Like, it's almost like 7,000 views now.
Wow.
Which is pretty good for my channel. It might be my second video to cross 10,000. Which would be pretty great.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah. You know, never because of me. It's always because of somebody else. That is the curse of Sor Hands.
But one day you'll be that someone else, you know? Give other people views, probably. I don't know.
Maybe. Probably not.
No?
No. I doubt it. But, you know, it's a nice thought.
Here's a little criticism. Hi, Cameron. Great channel. I think you could benefit from working on your sound. It is quite naily oftentimes. It could be more beautiful. Once we hear a great tone, we stay till the end of the piece.
Yeah.
Agree with that?
Yeah.
Too naily?
Probably. Like the nail clicks. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think my nails are... I don't know. It's hard to, like... So, I actually have something that I'm doing for that. Once I'm done with my master's degree, once I'm done with the applications for my master's, so I have like 3 of them, or auditions, I mean, sorry. I'm saying a bunch of crap right now. Once I'm done with those, I'm going to abandon a lot of the pieces that I'm working on. I'll probably still keep Sor Opus 60, just because there's so much work to do on that now. It's like so much clear-cut work that I already know what to do because of that lesson with Brandon. But I'll probably, since I already recorded like the fugue and stuff, I'll put that away and start working on the new fugue. And I'll start working on a new modern sonata. I'll put away the Morel for a bit. And then the other thing I'm going to do, which goes into what you're saying, is I'm going to start working on the easiest set of Sor study pieces, which is Sor Opus 60. That's like the introduction music that I have. Dum, 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 dum. That stuff. Just like single line melody. And I'm going to focus specifically on tone production. Like, that's one thing. And I'm also going to write out fingerings for every single one, like well thought out and efficient fingerings. And then also have like a well thought out like dynamics. Because I want to make the pieces interesting. And the dynamics, especially for the first like couple, might be a little silly just because they're so easy. I'll probably do some like weird stuff with them. But going like past like 5 or 6, I'll take them more seriously and just try to do like really nice dynamics, really focus on tone production and all that stuff. And I think like after a year of doing that and getting recordings for each of the 25 study pieces, that should be like a pretty good like sort of exercise in one thing, like getting better tone. And just like that'll be helpful because I can focus like all my attention into just like one note rather than like working on like a fugue's worth of notes. Because sometimes I'm not always paying attention to just how the notes sound and something like that. Like it's just getting the notes to come out. So that'll be good for me. Yeah. And then once I do that next year, I'll move on to maybe another Sor set of etudes, like a harder one, or maybe to a different composer. I might stick with Sor, or we'll see. That might be a lot of Sor. But I mean, I think it'll be fun. Yeah, and then, you know, in a couple of years of doing that, hopefully I'll be at a pretty high level. And like, you know, I'll be out of my master's by then. I'm sure they'll address that stuff too. So yeah, like I agree. Like my tone is like, you know, it's not as reliable as I want. It's not as consistent as it should be. I kind of feel like at the end of like a sports game when they're like giving excuses for why they didn't like perform well.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and just the consistency. I just need to go and work harder, and just I'm gonna come back to the
grind more.
I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna make Coach proud, make everybody proud, all fans proud, and that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. Next question.
Yeah. What else we got? Let's see.
Any good ones? Just read them. Don't have scrutiny.
Oh, this is a long one. I was going to read it, but...
That's fine. Just read it.
Okay. Yes, Sor was a military man of sorts with cushy desk jobs. At one point, I think
Speak
he
louder.
even... Oh, am I being quiet?
You are. You're being mousy.
Can I cough?
Yeah, you can cough.
That's going to be annoying, Okay.
There we go.
At one point, I think he even managed a playing card productions facility because those soldiers have to do something to pass the time. He left the military to move to Paris and make a living for his family with a guitar.
Could you read it with like a little more conviction?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just confused about what he's like getting at here.
He's talking about how Sor was, so he was Spanish, and he was around during the French Revolution. That was Napoleon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like on the French side as a Spaniard.
Okay.
And yeah, he was like rich, I think, and had a cushy desk job or whatever he said.
Okay. I can read it better. My bad. He got there a little later than some of the other better players of the time and ended up going to London where he could find a bigger spotlight and get more attention for his compositions with larger performance forces like orchestras for operas and ballet. He eventually went to Russia to find more access to get his ballets on a stage with his ballerina mistress.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It is very easy to forget that over half of his music is not for the guitar. I believe he settled back in Paris before he died of esophageal cancer. Okay. You will find a lot of the greatest musicians and composers of this period in the early 19th century had easy jobs and came from wealth, gave them time and energy to push their art. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. That's pretty much the case still.
Yeah. I mean, if you need to be working all the time and make money, then you're not going to be able to pursue art as much, so yeah.
You'll see me working, Jesus. I ain't doing nothing.
Nope, not a damn thing.
Trust fund, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't be living in such a shithole. My apartment's actually not that bad. I've been made fun of.
It's pretty nice.
It's alright. It's small.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a little studio.
Yeah, you know, I've gotten comments that like make fun of my apartment. I got one that was like, "Whoa, ritzy apartment." Like,
really?
yeah, he's like, "What do you spend like $200 on that or something?" Like
$200.
something like that. Like just making fun of the small space.
Wow.
But it's like, fuck you. Like, I'm a mid-20s guy who doesn't have roommates, who does what he loves.
Yeah.
I won. I'm doing great.
Yeah, you are. Hell yeah.
I'm fine.
Killing it.
Killing it. That's right. Hype me up. Like, I'm good.
Yeah. Why do you need a big space?
I don't even need a big space.
Yeah.
I love the size of my apartment.
Yeah.
But people make fun of me sometimes about it. But, actually, they haven't in a long time. That was something that happened more early on.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. I was easy to hate on really early on, like with those Julian Bream videos, because I had no, like, real... Because right now I kind of have, like, some credibility just in that I've been making videos for so long, and, like, people just kind of know who I am, and, like, they know. There's an understanding of what I do, and how it's a lot of times a joke.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, when it was, like, my first video like that, I think anyone who found it, it was pretty easy to hate. And, like, in fact, like, if I found it, I would probably hate it, too. Honestly.
You think?
In my heart of hearts, I would probably be like, fuck this guy. This guy's a
sucks.
fucking idiot. I hate this guy. He played some shitty guitar and then made fun of Julian Bream.
How dare he?
What's wrong with him?
Who does he think he is?
Yeah.
The audacity.
So I get it. I feel I've maybe found my place in that.
Yeah.
I don't get as much, like, weird hate anymore.
Yeah.
Unless the video, like, really pops off.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
it's
a Marson video.
Yeah, Marson video. Yeah.
That's when the hate comes out.
The Marson video, it's funny because the two, like, videos I get the most hate on are the Marson one and the Jacob Collier one.
Oh, yeah.
But I was I feel in the Marson video, I was pretty on it with, like, everything I said. Like, I think everything I said was completely true. And the Jacob Collier one with the whole, like, random chords thing and, like, the, like, chaos and, like, the music and how to get it. Like, I was very wrong in a lot of that. And I completely deserved, like, all the hate that I got. Like, I wasn't thinking about what I was saying at all. Like, because even watching it, I was like, or especially after, like, rewatching it after it was uploaded, it was just like, yeah, this is wrong. But the Marson one, I stand by all that.
Yeah, it's not like you're saying he sucks or something.
I wasn't. I think people were upset that I was saying anything. They were like, you don't even know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
You can't even comprehend Marson. And it's like, really? His music's not that complicated. Like, it's
He's
just
a god, and you just are a mere mortal.
Like, his music is just harmonic minor fast rhythms. Like, as if that's complicated. That's not really like, it's hard to play. Like, I can't play stuff like that, but I understand what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
With Jacob Collier, I don't fully understand what I'm hearing a lot of the time. It's pretty, like it's pretty dense.
Yeah.
It's different. They're two way different animals there. But yeah, anyways. What else you got for me? I don't even know what I was answering.
I don't remember either. I couldn't agree more with Brandon on his point about technique. Too many guitarists these days are way too occupied with impressing their audience with speed shredding than playing beautiful music.
Facts. You know,
so real.
Brandon, in that video, he opened my eyes up to one thing that is funny, because, like I always had the technique to do it, but he sort of... let me think how I can, like, say this. Like, he said that you don't have to pick every single note. And, like, it's all about how, like, the notes sound. So, like, slurs can be employed if used properly. Like, especially if you're slurring into a note that's supposed to be, like, resolved and more quiet. Like, it's actually appropriate to add in slurs. But I think there's something sort of, like, wrong, like, feeling about that. Because, like, slurs almost feel like cheating, because they're so much easier to do, rather than, like, plucking every single note. And my slurs in particular are way stronger. Like, I can play slur scales, like, super fast. Compared to, like, plucking each note, I can play, like, maybe 110 BPM 16th notes, like, if I'm warm. Like, versus slurs, I can play, like 16th notes at 200 BPM, just, like, insanely fast. Like, especially in shorter bursts, like 6 or 8 note bursts. So, like, where was I going then? Oh, yeah. So, there are, like, scale passages in the Sor Mozart variations where especially in, like, the first variation, where for whatever reason I just felt that I needed to pluck each note. And if I didn't pluck, I was, like, playing it wrong, and I was playing it in a way that was, like, almost cheating. But I see now that's actually really stupid. And if I just slur, like, where I feel like I need to slur, I all of a sudden can play it with, like, a way higher accuracy rate. And, like, I already had the technique to do that. I just have to allow myself to just use slurs where I want to use slurs and not feel that I need to hold myself back with, like, plucking.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's one thing I took away from that. As for, like, technique, I don't feel that my technique is high enough to where I should, like, not work on it anymore. Like, that's definitely something that some people have. I don't think having too much technique will ever hurt you, though. So I don't know if I fully agree with, like, what people say with, or I don't know. I liked what Brandon said. Like, your technique should just be sort of, like, transparent already. Like, that's just what you're using to convey your emotional ideas. But you don't want to show up with musical ideas, I mean. And don't show up with just technique and no musical ideas.
Yeah.
Like, it's important to show up with both. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But still work on technique. Lots and lots of technique.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
And the same guy who commented that also was the one that said, "That's funny." Brandon said everything that I would have said, but I don't play the piece. That's the same guy.
Yeah.
Such
Yeah.
a funny comment.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, yeah, you know, that's maybe not. Hindsight's a funny thing.
Yeah.
When you're showing all the answers.
Yeah, it's like
I
I would say the same exact thing.
I would have said that. It's like, all
Took
right.
the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of that, like, because I don't know, like, the credentials of the commenter here, but there are a lot of people, I'm sure, who watch me, who know what they're talking about, and are probably, like, professional level. So it almost makes me kind of want to open up, like, an opportunity for if anybody wants to give me a guitar lesson, if they, like, specialize in a piece that I'm working on, and they want to give me just, like, a one-off, and in exchange for them doing it for free, I will just film it and, like, upload it, and they get to, like, just be on Sor Hands, like, giving, like, a guest lecture, basically, on the piece that they care about.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I kind of want to, like, I'm not going to announce it, but if you're watching this podcast, that is, you can reach out, and I am open to that. Like, and ideally, what I'd want in, like, an email is you just send me your credentials and just, like, a short paragraph on just, like, what piece it is and, like, why you consider yourself, like, an expert in it, or, like, why you think that you could push me to the next level with it. Just, like, short. It doesn't have to be, and just enough so I know that you're not just, like fucking with me or something. Like, it should sound like you know what you're talking about. And then I'd be happy to film it and post it if I think it's a good lesson, because I think that could be interesting and also, like, beneficial for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, presumably if you're playing at that level, I assume that you have a music career, so if you want to, like, have your teachings on Sor Hands, that could be beneficial to you.
Sure.
So, you know, something to think about, everybody. Symbiotic relationship. That's right.
A little biology term there.
Yeah. What do you know about biology?
Some things.
Really? How?
A few things.
What do you, how?
That was my major in college. I got a whole degree, baby.
Yeah. Was that all?
Is that all?
Was that all you got? Was that all you got? Just biology?
Well, I had my Bachelor of Science in biology. That was my major, and then I had a minor in neuroscience.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And now you're a trophy girlfriend.
Yep. It was all for this. Just to not do anything with it and be the girlfriend of Sor Hands. That was the dream all along.
I'm sure your parents are proud.
Very proud.
Yeah, got with the guitarist, an art loser guitarist.
Yep.
Yeah, once my lease is up, I'm going to be crashing in your apartment. Indefinitely.
Oh god, like
the Reddit guys. Yeah, I've already forwarded my mailing address.
Oh no.
Yours.
It's our house.
Yeah, it's our.
I pay for everything, but it's ours.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my guitar, though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's my guitar. But everything else, it's ours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay home all day, and I'm not gonna clean shit.
I might get back from work and you're gonna be in, like, a bad mood for some reason. Nothing got done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Sounds like the dream.
Yep. That's. Oh man. Wow. Any others?
This one where he calls him David. I guess he was meaning to say Brandon, but he said David is dead on about hearing it as an orchestral piece. Listen to the overture for Don Giovanni by Mozart or Sor's own overture to his ballet Cinderella. You'll hear the style of the overture in a very clear and imaginative way that can add a ton to your musical inspiration, especially in imagining texture. Yeah, interesting that he said David. I don't know where that came from, but...
Yeah. Apparently somebody named David died recently. That's in the classical guitar sphere.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's related to that. But I think that happened. I don't know who it is. It wasn't David Leisner, I don't think. He's a famous guy.
Yeah.
He has focal dystonia. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, you've told me about that.
Did you know about it before?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you studied biology and neuroscience.
I did, but we never learned about that.
What the fuck do they teach you?
Nothing, apparently.
Yeah.
If they didn't teach me focal dystonia, they really fucked up.
Wow.
I didn't learn shit.
Wow. Don't be so hard on yourself.
And I didn't learn a lot about, like, very specific conditions like that. Like, it was more, like, I don't know, the more known ones, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and all that shit.
ALS.
Some. That's less, like, less of that, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Those are scary. Are you ever scared of diseases like that?
I'm really not. I know, like, my mom is, like, very strongly. She's, like, a super hypochondriac, but I've really never been that way. Like, the thought of getting, like, dementia or something, like, when I'm old is scary. Like, I would hate that. But, like, currently not being old, I'm really not, like, worried about any disease. Like, would that suck for sure? But I don't, like, think it's gonna happen to me. I kind of assume that bad things won't happen to me. So I don't really worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's
If it did happen, that would suck. But, like, it probably won't. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's something that's terrifying that you just assume that bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that's not always a good
You'll
thing.
just walk around at night.
Yeah, and, like, not even, like, with a worry in mind. Like, I'm fine.
Straight.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Some stranger, like, walks up to you and you're just like, hi!
Hey, what's up?
Hi!
Oh, you want to see my purse? Here you go.
Yeah, it's like, just so...
I'm like aware though. I'm not like stupid about it.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like I'll probably be fine, you know?
Yeah. On the dementia thing though, like, do you ever think about how you're 24 now?
Yeah.
And like how old that is?
I feel old for
like,
being 24.
Do you remember being 14?
Yeah, it does
like,
not feel like 10 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, like imagine
like,
like
34, like that's just as far, like, oh.
Well, like,
that's weird to think about.
Like imagine being 14 and like being told like, yeah, so think about being 24. And it's like, that's an eternity away.
Yeah, like that didn't even, I remember like growing up before I was ever like 8, like I always like thought I would never be an adult. Like it just felt that way. It's like, that's never gonna happen.
Oh, it's
to
so
me.
long. Well, and by the time you are an adult, like so much has to have happened.
Yeah.
And all of that has happened.
Yeah.
And now...
And it doesn't feel like it's been that much. Like, for it to be already 24, like, that's weird.
Yeah.
When did it happen? Yeah.
And it was weird. I feel like going from 14 to 17 for me was, like, very... Like, there was a lot of change that happened then.
Yeah,
and then going from 24 to 27 didn't really feel like that long.
You're not 27 yet.
I'm almost 27.
You still have a few months. Don't rush it like that.
I feel, or it's weird, like I guess 27 is like what I've accepted it as. I still feel like I'm 25 though. Like I feel like my brain is kind of 25.
Just gonna be 25 forever.
That's right.
I mean, that would be cool. That's not a bad thing.
Stay at 25.
25 for life.
Yep. That's, I don't know. It's weird. I'm getting old is a weird thing.
I'm definitely, like, terrified of getting old. I try not to think about it because it's a scary thought.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like it sucks. Like,
What
are the positives about getting old?
There are tons of positives about getting old.
Are there?
Yeah.
The only one I could think of is, like, if you're able to retire, like, that would be cool.
Well, the cool thing about getting old is that you've had, like, however many years since being young for, like, compound interest. So if you're like smart when you're young and invest a lot of money, like by the time you're old, you can be like just Like compound interest, like I think Warren Buffett said it's like the 8th wonder of the world. Because it's so good over a long period of time.
True.
Like it's so good. So if you like, you know, like especially if you invest in like your early 20s and don't touch it and just go through your life, which I mean, your life, it feels like such, like it feels like I'm never gonna be like 60. That's how I felt about being 27.
That's true.
When I was like 17. It's like 27 is like so fucking old.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to be 60 one day. I'm going to blink and I'm just going to be 60. And,
oh, God.
and, you know, investing, living a lifestyle where you, like, learn and stuff, that also compounds. So you'll just, like, my interpretive ideas for, like, pieces, I assume when I'm 60, will be extremely advanced. And that will be fulfilling in a way. And also maybe a little depressing when I hear everybody else play and they're like, it doesn't sound nuanced. But then also it'll be really meaningful when I hear people play and they're even more nuanced.
True.
So you just get this deeper understanding for things that you like to do.
Yeah.
So they're definitely good things.
Yeah.
But then I guess death is scary.
Yeah.
I don't want to die.
Yeah. Death is like, it's very scary and also like not scary at all to me. It's weird.
Are you one of those
it depends
people
on how I look at it.
Can you not be scared by death? I feel like I've met a few people like that who just claim to not be afraid of it.
Like that's kind of how I am. Like, because like once you're dead, like you're just dead. Like, you know, it is scary. Like thinking about, oh, there's not gonna be any more experience. Like you're never gonna experience anything ever again. Like that's a scary thought, but it's like it's almost, it's like the same as before you were born. Like you don't remember before you're born because you just didn't exist. So that's just gonna be the same once you die.
Yeah,
and like
maybe
if I think about it like that, it's not really that scary because it's like you're not gonna be scared. You're just not gonna exist. But it is scary, like the thought of like getting to that point, like the getting old part, because then you know that you're like getting there. That's scary. But if it's almost less scary if you think like the way you're gonna die is just gonna be like sudden and like you're not expecting it, because then there's nothing to
like if I
be
just
scared about.
careen this car off of the road.
Exactly.
Take us both out.
Just kill us, yeah.
Just wrap this shit around a tree.
That almost happened to me that one time.
Oh yeah.
I spun out.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I was driving. I had a 2-hour drive, and I was like an hour into it.
What were you doing? Where were you driving?
You want me to give the whole context? I was seeing my ex at the time. Yeah. We're a long-distance relationship.
The fuck? You had an ex? What?
I know. You're not the first.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God. What?
Isn't that crazy?
I'm just learning this?
I'm so sorry to find out this way.
You lied to me. I'm sorry, go on.
But yeah, I was driving up there, and like an hour into the drive, I was going fast. I was speeding.
How fast?
I tend to speed.
How fast are you going?
I was going like 90.
Nice.
The speed limit was probably like 70.
You don't do that anymore.
No, I don't.
Because of me.
Because of you, that is true.
I'm driving, the speed limit right now is 70, and I'm driving 72 with cruise control.
Nice.
I don't speed.
Yeah, you're a very safe driver.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
a
that
much
shit.
safer driver now than I was. I used to, like, when I would take those trips, I would regularly go like 100 or like a little over that.
Yeah.
But now I cap it at 80 because of you.
Good.
So, you're welcome.
I really appreciate that, because my last girl, I had an ex too.
Oh, you had what?
Yeah, I had a couple exes, actually.
Oh my god.
But she drove fast too. She got like a horrible ticket in like a state where you really don't want to get them, and it was horrible. Like it was supposed to be a felony, but I think they felt bad for her.
I was supposed to get a felony once too.
Oh god.
Or I don't. Yeah.
Let's get into like the differences between men and women in this show. You think I would have gotten that felony if my ass was driving 90? What do you think?
How fast was she going?
She's going like over 100. The cop,
Oh, wow.
the cop clocked her at like 105 or some shit, and he put it down to 99 because over 100 in that state would have just been like life ending. Yeah. So he just put it. He's like, listen, I'm gonna put it at 99. So like you don't have a record or anything, but she had to go to court and shit. It was horrible. But even after that, and after me saying like don't do that, she would not change. Like she just wouldn't. So I appreciate that you care to change.
Yeah, I know it concerns you.
It is concerning. Well, especially, I mean, like, yeah, what happened here?
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, I was going, like, 90, and, like, I didn't even know what happened. It happened so quickly. So, like, my car, like, the little sensor that's supposed to tell you when you have, like, a flat tire or whatever, like, mine is, like, always on, like, the service tire monitor system. Like, since, like, before I even got the car, when it was my mom's car, like, it's just always been on. Like, it's got problems. So, like, I didn't have anything to indicate that my tire, like, popped, but it did at some point. And just all of a sudden, I just, like, my steering wheel started freaking out. Cars, like, literally spun out on the highway.
Your tire popped.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, it started, like, feeling, like, weird, but it was such a short period of, like, feeling weird. Like, I had no time to, like, realize what was going on and, like, slow down. Like, I tried to start slowing down, and that's when I started, like, spinning out. And, yeah.
And what do you mean spinning? Like, what were the visuals of that, like, as you slowed? Like,
it happened so fast. I went into full, like, adrenaline mode. Like, my body just took over and started,
you saw the world spinning?
Yeah, like, my car, like, did, like, a full, like, over, like, a 360. Like, I did a full spin and then ended up, like backwards. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
It was so scary. Like, my whole, like I thought I was gonna die, like, in that moment, because I was like, oh my god, like, I'm on the highway.
At that
like, there
point,
are cars
you're probably
around.
going, like, 60 or something. Like, who goes, like, because you never feel top speed or, like, high speeds backwards in a car. Like, because I've reversed my car at, like, 20 miles an hour. That's, like, fast.
Oh my god, there were deer.
Yeah, there's a bunch of deer there. But, and that feels fast, but imagine, or I'm trying to imagine, like, 60 or, like, 70 miles an hour backwards.
Yeah.
And, like, how, like, powerless you feel.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea what's going on. Like, were you looking back, or, like, were you just like, oh, shit?
No, I like, whatever I did in that moment, like, worked, because, like, I was able to avoid, like, the cars and, like, the median and everything, like, on the highway, but, like, I don't even know how. Like, I literally just started, like, making the steering wheel do whatever I could to, like, try to, like, get off the road, and I did. I was able to, but, like, oh my god, it was so scary.
Yeah.
And then I immediately just started sobbing. I didn't even, like, see, like, what happened. I just, like, sobbed.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, you were, like, that, like, hearing that, you were definitely supposed to die.
I very much
you probably had,
yeah.
like, an over 90% chance of dying there.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds fucking nuts.
If it was in, like, any different, like, part of the highway that had, like, a barrier, or, like, if there were just, like, a big-ass, like, truck around me or something, like, that would have gone much more poorly. Because I didn't hit anything. My car was fine. Miraculously.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
How'd your parents feel about that?
Well, I wasn't very upfront about what happened.
Oh, so they shouldn't listen to this then?
Well, I mean, I told them about it, but I didn't say, like, where I was, because at this time they weren't supportive of my relationship and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was a whole thing. This was years ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite the experience.
Well, did you tell them the detail, like you're going 90 and like you spun out?
I definitely didn't say I was going 90.
Okay.
They know I tend to drive fast, so I'm assuming, they probably, but I didn't say 90. They probably think I was going like 80 maybe.
Yeah. I'd be terrified if I was your dad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's just like, yeah, man.
That easily could have been a very tragic experience, but it was fine.
It was fine.
I drove the rest of the way.
You didn't learn a damn thing.
On my donut.
I bet you kept going 90 too.
Not on a donut. That would be bad. I was going like 70 on a donut. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh my god.
Not for the rest of the drive. The rest of the drive, I was pretty, like, briefly traumatized, so I was going like 50. But on the way back,
No.
I started speeding again.
How long did you keep the donut for?
Like, once I got back to my apartment, like, I
Okay,
changed it
you didn't
pretty
keep that shit
quickly.
for 1,000 miles or something?
No. But I did have to drive, like, 2.5 hours, or, no, 3 hours total on it. Which, like, that's even farther than I'd like to drive on a donut, but
Yeah.
had to do what I had to do.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scary story.
Yeah, that's the closest to death I've ever been, so it's kind of cool.
Is it?
I
That's
think
great.
so, in hindsight. Like, it wasn't cool at the time, but, like, it's a cool story. I didn't die,
It's a
so...
cool podcast story.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That happened for this moment.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was all worth it.
Gotta do some more shit like that.
Yeah, I gotta put my life at risk some more. Why not?
You gotta do something even crazier. Hey, another deer.
Oh my god.
This deer are gonna run out my
Yeah, be
fucking
careful.
car.
Oh my god.
It's gonna ruin my car.
Yeah, because that's what matters, your car.
Yeah, that's
Not
what
the
matters.
poor deer.
Oh dear.
You don't want to kill a deer, they're adorable.
Whatever.
They are.
I think I care.
I'm sure you don't.
You know, I'm a tough guy, alright?
Yeah.
I don't care about anything.
Your frontal lobe is hardened.
Yeah, it's just-
You don't have
It's
emotion.
got a frontal lobe of steel.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to me, I'll just look at you like, what?
Okay. So.
So, are you embarrassed? No.
I don't feel
I'm
embarrassed.
not anything.
You don't feel any emotions.
Yeah.
You just exist.
I just want some more fluoride water. Thirsty.
It's all inside your mind. Fluoride.
Fluoride. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's cool. How long has it been?
How do I?
Let me see. Let me look at that while I drive.
I can get to it. You just have to give me.
Oh, it's been exactly an hour.
Oh,
It's like how long they usually are. I guess we could probably wrap it up if you think. You think we've gone through enough questions?
I mean, I could read more if you want, but I mean, yeah, if you think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we found a pretty nice little stopping place there
Okay.
where we kind of got off track and talked about other stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk without mics now.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's not share
Let's have an
everything.
organic conversation.
Yeah. Let's just argue.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
Argue off the what is it? Off the record.
Yeah. Just yell at each other for
You
the
should have
rest of the drive.
spoke up more. You're too mousy.
Sounded stupid. What were you even saying?
What is? You get to think. You're thinking.
Not using your goddamn brain.
Okay.
Why am I with you? Okay.
Get out.
Out the car, just
Get
throw
out.
me out.
No. All right. Yes. Yeah. Well, this has been the amazing Sor Hands Q&A podcast. Whoa. Yeah, you know, check out the main channel. I do guitar stuff there, of course. I won't advertise any of my usual stuff. Yeah, it's been fun having you on. Do you have any final parting words?
Do I have
say.
any words of wisdom? Not really, but it was.
Nope. I do not.
It was fun being on. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everyone's listening to me right now. Hello. Thanks for listening to me.
Yeah. No problem. I
I'm
am.
not talking to you.
Oh.
I'm
mean-
kidding.
Well,
I love you. Thank you for having me.
I love you too. And of course, thanks for coming on.
Of course.
So you are kind of stuck here in this car with me.
Yeah, I don't really have a choice. I'm
I
being
just-
held hostage.
I just gave you the mic. I did just kind of start this without any warning.
You did, yeah. I was not ready.
Yeah. So, you know. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. See you all in the next one. Later.